So how does it feel then that you're going to be the first captain of the new Manchester Storm?
First of all, really honoured to get, to be named captain today. Obviously, it went to a vote, so it kind of means a little bit more from coming from in the room. And obviously, we've only been together for 3 weeks or so. So I mean, it obviously means more to me because all the boys have voted, and Pash obviously, said a piece today, and he wanted me to be the captain as well. So that obviously means a lot to me. And to be a captain of any club, I mean, it was a big honour to be a captain of my hometown club, but it's even great honour to be a captain of not just a new franchise, but a franchise that was big back in the day and did so well. And hopefully we're building it to bigger and better things in the future. So to be named the first captain is a real honour, and something I'm really proud of.
What does it actually mean when you're the captain of a hockey club? What do you actually do? How does it change your role?
For me, I just skate around really fast and try hard, and just people seem to really feed off. I don't know. I think it doesn't generally mean the person that shouts the most, or maybe says the most. I think it's kind of just you lead by example, and I've always been someone that kind of prides myself on working hard, and not just on the ice but off the ice. And I think that obviously carries over to within the locker room and the way that we are as professionals day in day out. I mean, it means a lot that you take pride in your work. And and I've been in the league for quite a while for my age. I think I'm pretty old for my age, in terms of how old I am. But I think it's down to just how you carry yourself, and the way you speak to people as well. And me and Pash have a good relationship as well. We talk a lot about not only the team and what's going on, but away from it and what's going on off the ice and stuff. So we have a good communication, and I think that helps a lot as well.
How hard is it when you get dropped into a new city to do this job? Because I guess 12 months ago it was probably a little bit easier when every restaurant to go to, every place where you might need to go during the week.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's only Nando's in Hull, really, so I mean, it was pretty easy. It's either Nando's or you go home for a sarnie. Look, it was a shock all round. I think everyone, knows that, and it's been said on record that it was a shock to myself, a shock to Passion, and to pretty much everyone in Hull, really, what happened. And without dwelling on it too much, it is a shame at the end of the day. It is my hometown club. I would have loved to, play my whole career in Hull. I said that a lot of times, but at the end of the day, that's not how sport works. Sport, yourself, it's one of them things where, day to day, you never know. So I mean, it was disappointing at the time, but this opportunity came up, and obviously with Pash, getting the job as well, it just meant sense, really. And with it being, it's an hour and a half away from Hull, it's kind of probably the best option anyway. Even if something didn't work out, I mean, who would have known what I would have done? But I mean, I'm just lucky, really, that they came in and and wanted to take me on board, and I'm really happy. But going back to the restaurants, I've only been to Trafford Centre, but there's loads in there, isn't there?
Have you got any particular favourites?
Oh, what's the one where you first go in? Famous Guys, is it?
Five Guys.
Five Guys, Famous Guys. What me on about? Unbelievable, burgers,
So are they a company that Neil should go after?
Oh, I've been onto him about it. Yeah, there's that one. There's just thousands of them. I'll take anything.
It's going to be good though, isn't it? Particularly early on in the season. What have you got in mind to get a bit of group bonding together?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, it was always going to be a new team, brand new team. There's never going to be people that, usually with a team, you've usually got a core group of players that have been there for a few years, so they have kind of an idea what's going on. This is a brand new team, so basically everyone's in here brand new, even Neil, Pash, we don't generally know the city very well, so it's kind of, we've just got to kind of go with it and see what we can do. But there's lots in the line that we can do with the boys. We've already, had a couple of nights out, but I mean, that's off the record. But I mean, it's good to get the lads together every now and then, early on in pre-season, and just get to know each other, to be honest. And just we see each other every day at work, but it's not really the most fun environment at times when you're trying to improve the team and work your hardest. It's good to get away from it sometimes, and I'm sure hopefully we can get down to a few functions and have a good time and get to know each other even more.
What about this season then? What do you think you can achieve?
I think the possibilities are endless, to be honest. I think who knows? I mean, it's a brand new team, like I just said. There's no returning players, so it's. I think Pacha's done a really good job, to be honest, and Neil and everyone that's involved in Manchester Storm and whole organisation. What they've done in let's be honest, 2-3 months is, it's borderline ridiculous, really. To get a functioning business. Let's be fair, it's a business to start with. With all the lads have got apartments and they're all really nice. Everyone's got a car. We've come in here and there's little bits that needed, adjusting, like, the dressing room and little bits and bobs, but it's been done and it'll get done and it'll get better as it goes. And I just think for us, I think we need to go into the league and just and basically just not be scared of anybody. At the end of the day, it's a fresh team, and we have to go into it thinking that we can beat anybody. I mean, we've seen pretty much a few teams now with pre-season and the start of the season, and I don't think there's anyone that we can't go up against on our day and beat, to be honest. We had a few good games against Nottingham, Sheffield, generally two of the best teams in the league. I thought we acquitted ourselves really well, especially even the Sheffield game, considering they've been together for so long, and the lads did really well. Cardiff was a tough test, always is a tough test over there, but I believe we can do, who knows. I mean, the conference is one of the things that you look at first. Braid's going to be tough. I think everyone knows that. They've put together a really strong team, and that's never going to be easy. But I think who knows on the day. I mean, we always said back in Hull that let's take as many scalps as possible, and we did. On our day we beat the best teams in the league, and I think with Pacha myself, I think with and adding the experience like Davy Phillips and a lot of the lads that have played in over in the States and Canada and so on, that we're a fearless group, to be honest. We're young, hungry, fast. Everyone's coming in shape, and I think as the season progresses, I think you'll see really entertaining brand, really, to be honest. Really fast, skillful hockey. That's what Pacha prides his teams on, and that's what we've got this year. So
Sunday night, Cardiff, you're going to be in this locker room, ready to lead your team out for the first time with that C on the jersey here. What will be the rallying call? What will be the last words that you give before you leave?
I'll need calming down probably a little bit, but I mean, no, listen, it's any game, at the end, if you're in this profession and you do this as a job, I don't think you should really need anybody to get you up for a game. But I think at the end of the day, it's one of them where, it's 2 weeks has been in the season now. It's really time to get going, and I think we've had a really good week this week, and had a few meetings with Pacha and got everyone together and just really thought about what we can do this season. And if everyone comes together and gels, then like I say, its possibilities are endless, really. So again, Saturday's a big game away, but Sunday's going to be a massive one. Hopefully there'll be a big crowd in the Storm shelter, because the Storm's coming. So I mean, at the end of the day, we're just going to go out there and just going to give it our best. We're going to go after them, and you're not going to fear Cardiff. We're going to go after them and go for that win.
Any final thoughts on the blue line?
The blue line are just the blue line, and they'll just keep going. And if you hashtag blue line, it's just, there you go. Speed.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
What's it been like then? I suppose the stress, the strain of trying to get the team on the ice, having been part of this new franchise from almost the first day.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of hours, and it's been a bit difficult at times because of the time. You only had 2 months and a half to make a team and to build a competitive hockey team, business type of environment. So the guys that have been here since day one, like Pete Russell, Mark Johnson, and then Neil Russell. These guys have all worked many hours to get where we are right now, and I'm happy because I think there's a lot of good things coming, and there's been a lot of good things too.
From your own perspective, though, what's been the biggest challenge?
Getting all the guys here. I think during that first week we were scrambling for flights, we were scrambling for visas, we were scrambling for pretty much everything to get all the boys in on time, and that was the toughest part. And obviously making that team in a short time constraint, it was difficult. But at the same time, I'm really confident in the guys we sign, and I'm glad that they're here.
At what point can you step back and start really enjoying the job?
Well, not now, that's for sure. No, it's a lot of work. You know, it's now the season started, and you know, now it's more about you know, preparing the systems for the guys, making sure we're all on the same page, making sure that we're all in game shape, making sure we all know what we're doing on the ice. And I think now it's really important to give in those extra hours, especially in the beginning, so we are all in the same page. And you know, it's a brand new team. You know, the only two guys I had from last year are Jamie Chilcott and Matty Davies, and they're the only two that know the system. So it's brand new for everybody. Everybody has to learn it new, and it's a lot of effort, but we'll get there.
If I would have told you in June that we'd be sitting here and you would have already got 4 games under your belt, how would you have taken that comment?
What do you mean?
How would you have been surprised that you would have been able to achieve everything you needed?
Oh, I'm surprised we even had a team on the ice, to be quite honest. No, I mean, you know, our last 2 results were not exactly what we wanted, but you know, sometimes you have to take a step back and realize that, you know what, this is a brand new team, and you have to give it a little bit of time. You have to be a little bit patient, and you have to be ready to teach again, to teach the systems, to teach your culture that you want to build, and to teach a foundation for the team.
The Storm is a great identity, isn't it?
Yeah.
How important is it that this team has a strong identity of its own?
It's really important. I stressed from day one to build a culture here, to build a winning culture. And you know what, the Storm had a lot of history back in the day, and you know what, I'm excited to have the guys we have on this locker room. You know, our leaders, our captain that was named today, Matty Davies, and our assistants too. I'm confident in this group, and we want to build a culture, you know, that's going to be remembered for a while, and we want to build this place to be rocking like maybe back in the day.
Is it exciting for you to be in on that base level, if you like, where you can put the foundations in that will set this franchise up for its next regeneration?
Yes, very exciting. I look at this as a big challenge. That was one of the big things I was really looking forward. You know, this is a brand new franchise and an opportunity for me, but also for all the players, the staff, you know, the ownership to look at this as a great opportunity to succeed and to, you know, to build it like we want to build it. And you know, and it's really exciting.
You've named your captain. What is it that you see in Matty Davies that's going to give the leadership skills that you need at this hockey club?
Well, there was a vote, so the players voted, but
what is it that they've seen?
No, but I'm excited for Matty, and you know what, at the end of the day, I had my own pick, but I let the players vote, and I'm really happy with the decision. I think he's a guy that brings it every night. He's a guy that competes hard. He's a guy that he does everything right outside the rink. He takes care of his body. He takes care of it. You know, his workouts. He's always the first one there at the rink. He's ready to compete, and you know what? Even if he has a bad game, you know, he's worked his butt off, and that's what you want in a captain, and a guy that's going to take the boys, you know, look at the positives instead of always looking at the negatives. And I'm glad he's the captain of this hockey team. And you know what, we decided to vote it at the beginning because I just thought that maybe as a new franchise, you know, we want to let the players choose. But in the back of my mind, I always thought that Davies would be a really good captain here and not only at home. And
the fact that you know him so well, how much does that help you, knowing that he's your middleman between you and the rest of the team?
It helps a lot because obviously it's a brand new team. Like I said, there's only 2 guys that I returned from last year on my team, so it's important to have a guy that, like Matty, that's pretty much a top end guy in the league, and a guy that you can trust, and you know what, when the going gets tough, he'll know what to say to the guys. And you know what, when the going gets tough, you know, when we meet, you know, one-on-ones or whatever, we'll have good discussions, and we'll always look for the positives and for ways to improve the club. And he's a guy that's not always content with, you know, winning one, losing one. He wants, like I want, to build a winning culture, and I'm glad he's the captain of this club.
Phase 1 was getting the team on the ice. What's phase 2?
Phase 2 is going into every game, competing, and giving ourselves a chance to win. There's no games that we'll look at and think, oh, it would be a bonus to get points there. I think every game here for the Storm, whether it be away or at home, we want to win. And yeah, we've maybe had a bad week last week, but that doesn't matter. It's a process, and I think we're going in the right direction. We just have to be all on the same page, and the guys are adjusting to the league. And I think that the more the season goes along, the more the guys will be competitive, and we'll be able to knock off maybe bigger and better teams. But again, you never know, like I said. So.
What excites you about this team?
What doesn't? Everything does, from ownership to the players to the rink to our locker room to everything. I couldn't be happier to be here. We're in one of the nicest cities I've ever been to. We have great ownership. We have a GM that works relentless. We have a bunch of good hockey players that are as excited as I am and that work hard. And for me, I just look at this as a big challenge and an opportunity. And obviously, I don't want to miss it. So I'll do my best to put this team as competitive as it can be.
Just finally, for any fans watching this that are in two minds as to whether they need to come out and give their support on Sunday night against Cardiff, what can they expect if they come down here?
They can expect a fast, skillful team that will outwork the opposition, and a team that will do whatever it takes to win and to compete all night. They'll compete, and that's one thing that I always say to the guys is the competitive level on this team has to always be high, and we'll be relentless. And it's not only Sunday night, it's going to be throughout the year. So I'm excited to have this group, and I look forward to see the fans on Sunday.